Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Gina Chumesi, Psyche PRN, and today I'm going to focus on, once again, around the holiday time. A lot of people who struggle with addiction can really be triggered hugely because, as part of our culture, with gathering, eating, of course, what we have drinks, alcohol, other people might have other stuff like marijuana, who knows, and naming other stuff as well. Maybe if you're using it just to kind of get yourself relaxed, to get into a Christmas event, or the event is going on and you just couldn't control yourself and you just went off. Today's video is going to focus on how to prevent relapse, or how to control yourself so you don't get, yourself embarrassed drinking too much at a holiday gathering. So if you're a first-time listener, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in, for checking my channel out. If you're a returning listener, I appreciate you. Love you for listening again. But do you know that over 40 million people in the US alone suffer from some sort of addiction? Do you know that 200 people each day overdose on something or some sort of drug in the country? Addiction is becomes such a big prevalent thing, struggle, because of a lot of stressors. People go towards those substances to numb whatever trauma they're experiencing. Now, with everything, of course, with food, the food can be addictive too. People can have food addiction, but with substances, alcohol, for me, I always preach moderation. Nothing wrong with every now and then having a glass of red wine. Actually, red wine has been proven to be very healthy and good for the heart, but everything in moderation. But when you're going over where you're able to drink a glass, or have a glass to a bottle to 2 bottles, and now you're drinking every night, or worst thing, drinking first thing in the morning just so you can face the day. Or you go to a gathering, you drink 1 or 2, and you can't stop, and you're drinking so much now, your mouth is loosey-goosey, you're letting things out. Or other people, to the opposite, when they drink, they get aggressive, they get really loose, they start fights, and they're just not pleasant around people. So how do we prevent relapse, and how can we control that, especially during Christmas and the New Year, especially when you have those big parties to welcome in the new year, so you don't go to the next year regretting. Most especially if you're going to a holiday party at work and you're gonna be scared to drink and embarrass yourself and risking losing your job because you could not control yourself and just went overboard because of your maybe have some tendencies to lose control when it comes to addiction. So the first one is manage your stress. So if your stresses are low, first of all, you will not need to want to drink so much to kind of relax. So deep breathing, a lot of breath work to help you. The other thing is, managing whatever other stresses you have around you. We can't run away from stress, especially as we do this thing called adulting. But how do you manage your stress so you're not numbing with substances? So managing your stress, I've mentioned many things in my videos: walking, hiking, meditating, praying. If it's finances, really mitigating your stressors around finances to lower that stress level around the holidays. Really being able to set those boundaries, saying no. Maybe not doing any gifting is going to be a big source of stress financially for you. Strain on your finances to do gifting, and because you're going to this gathering, you're forced, I have to do this, so otherwise I'll not fit in. So really looking at that stress and manage it is going to be key. If you don't feel comfortable inviting people to your home, do not invite people to your home. Just don't do it. If it's gonna be a stressor for you getting ready, all of this stuff, just don't invite people. If people invite you, depending on what the circle is, and you don't feel comfortable going, just don't go. Find other plans that will be soothing for you, right? Continue to work on your inner self, right? Work on your inner demons that push you to drinking. Over 50% in many cases, what leads a lot of people to drinking and overly drinking or being addicted to substances is trauma. So really doing that inner work, dealing with your trauma, unpacking, processing it in a safe space. That way you can best deal with life going forward, especially if that trauma also relates to something that happened right around this time of the year. I also encourage families, my last point on this is family members. If you have somebody in the family who might have addictive tendencies, try not to shame them around this time. Try not to make them feel guilty or less than because you're scared they might relapse there, or you're very critical, you're on the edge, like, oh my God, you better not be drinking here and embarrass me or cause all kinds of chaos. But rather support them, show them love as much as you can. And anybody with addiction is really hard and difficult on all aspects of the family and the community at large, because it just doesn't affect that person, it affects the whole environment that they are in. So family members can be on edge, scared that what can happen if they start drinking again, or if they start using again, or if they relapse, and then things just go out of hand. Maybe even police has to be called, all this stuff. Or you're worried they don't come home, they're gone because they've been drinking, and maybe they pass out somewhere, or things like that, or get worse, hurt themselves or hurt somebody because maybe they've been drinking drunk, or they're drinking while they're high. So don't share around this time, really finding ways, engage in therapy, connect them with support system. There's a lot of Zoom meetings that do AA meeting, NA meetings. You can just log in, check them out, get that support system going, not just with family, but also on the outside. Get a good trauma-based therapist who can help you. If you need medication to help you prevent relapse or curb cravings, call a professional. Call someone like me, a psychiatric provider that can prescribe you some medication. We have naltrexone, we have Compro, we have Anabuse, we have so many other medications to help mitigate anxiety, that can help you calm yourself down so you're not feeling like this out-of-body experience, internal restlessness, that you're so strongly triggered or have such strong cravings for the substance, in order for you to cope, in order for you to deal with the people around you, especially when there's gatherings. And also be careful with work, gatherings, if you have struggles that people don't know about, so you don't go and then, especially with the alcohol, start drinking and then go get out of control and potentially lose your job after the fact, because things happen. So these are my few pointers in terms of addiction and how to help yourself around the holidays, or help a family member around this time of the year. Leave a comment below, reach out to me, check my website for resources. There's always tons of resources there, information to lead you to get help. So don't hide, get help. If you're able to whip it in your mind, guess what? You can whip it everywhere else in your life. Have a great holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll catch you at the next video. Take good care.